Welcome to Euro C Sucks, the weekly podcast where we review and critique the best and the worst fan-created original characters from the My Little Pony fandom. This show is unscripted and unfiltered, so moderate language will be used. As well, this show can be a little heavy on the critique at times. That being said, if you were easily offended, don't watch. If not, feel free to join us for this week's show. This is episode 38 for November 21st, 2014. This week, we are breaking the sound barrier, and we're not just another mare, but watch as we jump up and tap into the heart of these OCs with our special guest. My name is Mummified Thunderbirds. I am the host and show manager. I am joined by...
Commander Sparkle, Assistant Project Manager.
And Smooth Sailing, and I'm the editor.
But this week, we have a very special guest. We have Taps, who is a notable musician in the pony fandom. He's done a ton of work on YouTube. He's got multiple EPs and singles available on Bandcamp. Great music. He's performed at multiple cons, including Babs, I think, a couple of Club Lunas, and a bunch of other showcases. He's worked with many notable other notable musicians, such as IB a Brony Rapper, Fenning, Rhymeflow, Feather, and Next Gen on a couple of other songs that he's had. Taps is also a artist, and he also posts his other video shenanigans and doings on his YouTube page, and we're very grateful to be able to have him on this week's show. So, Taps, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So that's what this week's all about. We don't necessarily have a theme. We're going to be doing a short little block with special guests, and so we're starting it off with Taps. So, getting into this episode, let's talk about fan art that we got this week.
Oh my god, there's a lot of fan art.
I like the minimalism that the TARDIS put out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's always cool to see like
or...
ROCs and that style of minimalism and all that jazz and stuff.
But Santum did another piece involving at least me. I know. I noticed he did one of me. I don't. Did he make a? Or did they make it? Did they make a piece for the rest of you guys? I don't know. No.
Also she.
She? Okay. I think it's really great. Smooth, what was your favorite piece this week?
I may be a little biased, but it's probably the one that may or may not have had me obsessing over my favorite pony ever of all time or anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that could be a thing.
Also, by the way, that was freaking adorable. Also, we got two different sets of us being gender bent, and the first one was made by Satin Velvet,
which is freaking awesome.
Yeah, all of them really good, and unfortunately Betty isn't here with us to be able to tell. But he really freaking loved his.
Yeah.
He loves characters like that, and seeing Touchpad like that made him go, heart.
Only Betty could be in love with himself.
Also, Smooth is super cheerleader cute. Also, the second one was done by the TARDIS Riss.
Yeah.
The TARDIS Idris.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are the other ones that they did.
Yeah.
And those are also freaking amazing, but socks.
I got socks. Shut up, Smooth. Socks are great. I love socks. I really like Mummified's like fake mustache though. He's like, yes. We got a lot of fan art this week. We got like a page and a half almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan art, so we can't not talk about it all, but we love it. We love you.
Also, we got like a really weird, I don't think it's a new thing, but it might be. I feel like it's happened before, that someone else's OC is cosplaying as all of our OCs, and I'm just like, what?
How's that a thing?
I don't know. It's just like, why? Why would you want ever to do? I'm just confused.
That's it for fan art this week. We appreciate everybody that sends a piece in. That's just a few of our favorites. But in the meantime, we have been talking too long and not talking at all to our special guests. So, Taps, we brought you on today because you have a OC that we think is a good starting point to talk about. So, Taps, you have a fairly I don't want to have this as an insult, but basic OC. I don't mean it in the sense of it's a basic, but it is nothing considered to be over the top. I mean, just your standard kind of lighter or medium brown hair, a slightly tannish coat.
It's just me, basically, as a pony. So, being human, I'm not purple. So
Really? Wow. God, I would never would have guessed.
Wait, those were just stage lights I saw in that video? So anyway, so yeah, it's not like a full-on character. You haven't given it like a name, or you haven't like given it a backstory or whatever.
no, because it's literally just me. So
Gotta love those
It's
pony
more of a-
sodas.
yeah, it's just a pony soda.
I mean, some people put like huge backstories into it. Some people don't. Some people just use it as a sort of icon or avatar to be viewed as, in that sense.
That sums up musicians pretty much, because every musician we've talked to about their OCs, it's just a pony soda.
Well, wait, no.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only talked to like one musician, haven't we?
We also interviewed like 3.
Oh yeah,
Everfree.
that's right. At Everfree, just so you know, Taps, we interviewed Autojack, or we interviewed Autojack, John DeVore, and Tomb. It was pretty fun. That was really great. How long have you been arting?
Digitally or traditionally?
Traditionally, digitally, both?
I've been drawing since I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I got it from my dad because he draws, and then I started drawing digitally when ponies started.
Mm-hmm.
So 2010. Yeah, I got my first tablet, and yeah.
So since you draw all the time, or you are drawing and becoming proficient at it, this kind of may seem like a dumb question, but you drew all the art for your music videos, right?
Oh yeah.
And all the like album covers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool because like a lot, not to say all, but a lot of the brony musicians in the fandom definitely seem to be I almost said
One-trick pony?
I almost said it, and I'm just like, no, you're better than this, mums. But yeah, they all seem to have just one particular talent, and it's like, okay, it's either you're either a musician, you're an artist, or whatever, but very rarely do you find a couple of musicians who seem to have a dual-sided thing to them. As for right now, we're going to get into the actual meat and potatoes of the show. All right, so I'm going to roll the die. It rolled a 4. So that means smooth.
Okay.
So we'll just have Taps fill in Media's position at the 3 slot.
I bet you guys have never seen this artist before. This.
No.
Jerk. This is Horizon Gazer from Taiko.
Nice.
Surprise, surprise. Horizon Gazer, as her name kind of states, special talent involves kind of just laying out and watching. She used to, when she was incredibly young, she used to, be, what's the opposite of nocturnal? You know, what most people are.
It's actually, what is it? Omturnal?
There has to be a specific word for it.
The prefixes change, but the rest of the word is still turnal or knock. It's like
Okay, like
dope turnal or
a day person like everyone else is usually. However, when she was incredibly young, for the first time, she just kind of like stared out of the horizon and like watched as all of a sudden the sky was filled with stars and, well, gradual, not all of a sudden. It was like, this is so beautiful. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Pulled an all-nighter and was like, I gotta draw as many of those constellations as possible from memory. Do it. Out of 10. And so she did. And she kind of got the talent for gazing at horizons. And so she just became nocturnal as soon as she possibly could after that. disregarded the day, and goes out, at night to do everything when everything in the market is closed. So she has her own garden so she can actually eat and not starve over the night, because that would suck. And the sparkly bits of her design are actually, like, part of her cutie mark, which I personally am like, about, but whatever, I guess. Also British accent, because reasons. Lastly, she describes herself as an astrologer, though her astrologist.
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
that's weird.
It's astronomer and astrologist. Though, I'm not exactly sure astrologist would be the correct word to use anyway. It might actually be astronomer. Or just an enthusiast of space and stars and stuff. Because both of them, both astronomer and astrologist require both knowledge of the field and application, whereas her knowledge is very limited, and she only really knows what they look like, not like the science behind astronomy or the pseudoscience behind astrology. She just looks at them and draws them, so she only really has application, not real knowledge, as far as I can tell. If there's more to it than that, then I am making a horrible fool of myself. Also, she's somewhat of a loudmouth personality-wise, but if she were to ever meet Luna, senpai, drop dead quiet and faint. Yeah.
I had a feeling that might be the case with this one.
Yeah.
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 I think it's great. Not like super, super great. I think it's a good character. It's a good OC. It's got a well-rounded backstory. Has nice story behind it. So what exactly triggered her cutie mark? Did you...
It was probably one of those things where it was noticing the sky is so freaking beautiful, your eyes, like, go wide, and you're just like... and then cutie mark, but you just kind of... You keep staring at the sky because you just don't notice. Because it's not as important.
Then your entire body is just glowing.
Though, it was not actually stated, and I'm just assuming that.
Well, I guess that'd be like my only little critique about it would be like, hey, actually put down, actually how her cutie mark became a thing. And so, just so it's not implied or anything. But other than that, it seems like a good story. It has a nice little bit of heft to it, or not like half heft, but has a nice, bit of balance to it. It's not over the top. It's not like, her dying passion for her stars that led to her parent who killed their parents and blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, shut up. That's a good story.
I would be very confused.
She just really likes the stars.
It's cool. Yeah, I like space too. I'm actually wearing a space hoodie right now, so
that's totally dope.
Yeah,
just gonna go put on my space shirt.
Can we? Do you need time to go put that on there, Commander? Do you need space to put on? Here. Anyway, aesthetics. Smooth. Tell us about it. Like, what do you like?
Oh my goodness, she's so freaking cute.
Oh god, that wasn't surprising at all.
Normally, I'm just like, sparkles everywhere, but I feel this is one pony that just should never be done in a show style, because it just would never turn up nearly as good as in this style. And if it were in a show style, I'd just be like, but then how does this work? It's all cluttered and stuff along those lines that we complain about on other OCs that are in show style and have things like this going on. This style is able to, like, accentuate those things and make them look freaking beautiful. Which makes me feel like a super hypocrite, but that's not the point. I mean, it is, but it isn't, but it is.
Well, you're clearly saying that not all OCs look their best in show style.
Right.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine.
And I do admit this. If this pony were in show style, I would not feel as strongly about it, most likely. However,
yeah, I think it works really well with the style and medium. I think that like the whole stars sparkle things, they're stunning. Like, to be quite honest, like there's so much detail and intricacy put into it that it like is honestly it's pretty good at sort of modeling what space is like.
I also like how all of her freaking colors. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine.
I also love how all of her freaking colors are dusk and sunset oriented. It's freaking beautiful.
They're twilight colors, but not twilight colors.
Yeah, they're twilight with a non-capital T, but not twilight with a capital T. If they were twilight with a capital T, they'd be terrible.
Shut up, Smooth. You're a jerk. Also, I really love her scarf in the way that it matches some of the colors in like her mane and like some of the parts of her body, because there are a lot of colors on this pony, honestly, like a lot.
Yes.
You've got splotches of blue in places, and I'm like, where did those even come from?
Yeah.
Those may be nebula or nebulae.
Yeah, it's possible. Like, I think that the blue splotches are really not too bad. I think they definitely pop, but I think it's just weird. The one like on her muzzle, that one just throws me off. I don't know why. It just does.
It kind of does. It looks like she sneezed and she didn't wipe up.
she sneezes like this like blue blob. Like, I don't even.
Oh, it's probably a negative of a galaxy or
negative.
I don't know.
She's super cute. I like. How do I like space ponies so much, or space-centric ponies so much?
'Cause space is super cool.
Space.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
Space.
She's freaking good, and Horizons are awesome to me.
So, moving on to the next OC. We rolled a 3, so that means it's actually Taps' turn.
Well, so this is Cotton Candy by Dear Cotton Candy. She is a clown horse. Clown horse.
I feel already people recoiling in fear.
She's introverted, but not shy, and easily scared and quiet, which is kind of
ironic.
Yeah. Basically, she decided to go to the circus, and she fell in love with the magic presentations and the clown specifically, and she really wanted to be one of the, you know how they call from the audience to be on stage. Yeah. She got called, and she went up, and she basically did a good job, and she liked the feeling of making people smile and laugh. From then, she felt that that's what she was meant to be, and I guess that's when she got her cutie mark. I want to point out that it's at the end of the bio, it has something crossed out.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was
and I think that's the
joke,
the epitome of why I like her. It says she's also the third cousin of Celestia, and she becomes a super kawaii Desu alicorn when she marries Discord, but also has an affair with Brayburn, and everyone likes her, and she becomes Princess of Clowns. Yeah.
I love the fact that they put that in and just like, nope, let's not do that. So yeah,
let's put that there because it's funny, but make sure everyone knows it's not being serious because it's crossed out.
Yeah. I kind of like it
because that would be bad.
I kind of like it when people are not. I kind of like it when people are not super serious about their pony, because it kind of relates to like mine, because it's just a pony, you know.
It also kind of relates to the character herself. Yeah.
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 Which is witty, to say the least.
So yeah.
Cool. I kind of like that backstory. Again, it's not something super big, over the top, or at least what's not crossed out is not over the top.
Yeah.
I like
the stuff that's serious.
is good.
Yeah. I find it interesting that she is in fact an introvert, despite being a clown and meant to entertain, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On that note, I was actually thinking about that because that's a really interesting thing. Because clowns are like supposed to be like super happy, like Pinky. Pinky would make a good clown. But maybe like for her, like when she is in this sort of like when she is being a clown, maybe that's just like her way of being able to break out of that introverted shell and just have fun, which she like must like because that's what she does and that's what she feels like she's meant to do. And I think that'd be a pretty cool way to have that. Like, I'm not sure how that would really explain the cutie marks or like why they liked it to begin with, because they weren't like under this like disguise, quote unquote, of being a clown. But I think that'd be a cool trait.
Theater masks.
Yeah.
Without the theater masks specifically.
I'm sorry, I was kind of reading up on what a white-faced clown is.
Yeah, because it's actually in the description, which is really cool.
Yeah. You don't have to clutter up your ref sheet, quote unquote.
No, I just like that it's there because it makes it so people can just be like, but yeah, this specific thing, but what is that? Well, it's right here if you keep reading. Oh.
Still gets comments anyway saying, hey, what's a white-faced clown? Is that a racist thing? No, you idiot.
And then the person's just like,
yeah.
Man, I love going through the extra work to make sure people don't do this, and then they do it anyway. Cough, cough.
Yeah.
Put the freaking plugs at the end so people know where to submit OCs, and then we're still like, hey, can I submit my OC?
Fucking yes.
Where do I submit my OC?
Fucking yes. Quit asking.
Where do
Every
I submit
single
my
episode.
OC? Yes.
Every single episode. Guys!
What are you doing?
I like the short hair, and I like the little gradient
Oh,
in the
yeah.
hair.
Oh, yeah. That gradient is
Nice.
done well.
Yeah. Now, if it continued down to be pink, it would be basically Fluttershy with a haircut. But I like Fluttershy. So.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say that their color choice is like fucking genius because the two colors in the mane and tail, and then the coat color, like the three like standard cotton candy colors done like modified just enough to work in a pastel pony.
Just got that.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed that color correlation.
That's really smart.
Oh, yeah. Or really dumb of me.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the artist because they did well.
Yeah. Good on you.
Good job.
She's really freaking cute, one thing. Two, I like theater-ish type things, and clowning falls under theater in my book. Really freaking good. I don't think there's much else to say because you guys got most of it.
She's super kawaii des, and yeah, I like her.
Cool. Right on. And that's sometimes all you really need in a pony. But while we transition away from that one, we'll roll the die. That's another 3. That's a 2. That's a 2. Yeah. So that means it's the commander's turn.
Whoa. This, and it's been quite some time, but this is Starjoy by Lethal Aurora Mage. I don't even remember the last time we had one of Mage's OCs on. I think it was for Purple, which...
It was way too long ago.
It's been way too long since we had a lethal piece on.
Yeah, it's been really long. So I was like, I'm just gonna do some Mage, because Mage is awesome. Anyways, so... Starjoy is like as it's stated on one of her things with the description, Starjoy is a friendly pony who wishes to become a world-renowned entertainer. We got a whole thing with entertainers. Right now, she's currently a town's renowned babysitter and the go-to mare if someone, or if you want someone entertaining a party. And she's really social and fun-loving and kind and sweet and all those things that work really well for that kind of role. And she never has anything bad to say about anyone except for herself, because she's kind of a little bit, like, not, like lacking confidence and sort of self-conscious and stuff. Even though she's really good at doing stunts and tricks and being this, like, energetic, super fun person that people enjoy. Like, she lacks, like I said, she lacks confidence in herself when she's trying out for big roles in, like, a play or any kind of entertainment. But she keeps telling herself that her current life is good enough and she'll eventually go for her dream when she feels ready for it. But at the same time, she fears that she might not ever be ready, but she still puts on a brave face and a bright smile. And if she were to be any element of harmony, she would be the element of laughter.
Cool.
And yeah.
2 laughters in a row, wow.
I know. But seriously, I like, it's Mage, so I mean, like, Mage is really good at, like, creating a well-rounded, like, enjoyable character who has both these really awesome strengths and as well as faults that make the character really interesting, which is what I love about Mage. And also, it's just super cute. Like, look at that pony. Look at that pony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super cute.
So, like, I don't know how to really critique a Mage OC, because, you know, there's not really anything I particularly dislike. So, I guess I'll point out things I really do like, because these are, like, good ideas and good ways of creating a character. Like, I think it's really cool the way that the, the eye and the, like, ribbon, they're not exact, complementary colors, technically, because it's blue is complementary to orange, but they work off each other really well, and that, like, the way that the yellow pops with the blue, like, for instance, on the background of the picture, it's really, like, really great, and I just, that's a good way of, like, designing your aesthetics, is they don't have to be one of the colors in your OC, which is one thing we tell people to sometimes do, is recycle colors, but if there's something that, like, complements, because it's sort of, what would you say, like, analogous for the most of the pony?
Yeah, most of the pony is very analogous-ish, at least.
And then having the blue in the accessory that just, like, pops really well, it's great.
Of course, there are specific words for these kinds of palettes, but I don't know what they are. To me, there's analogous, there's complementary, and there's some others, I think, probably.
Monotone.
Yeah. Monochromatic, you mean?
Yeah. Shh. Monotone.
Freaking beautiful OC.
I think I can really see this one. I could see this one in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her show style is just like, just tops.
Dude, no, we have taps on.
I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah, come on.
And I didn't even want to do that because that's a stretch.
Love him all fine. I think that this pony's super cute, has really, like, well-defined backstory with both, like, strengths and flaws and all that stuff. Also, the cutie mark and the eye color are, like, pretty close to the same thing, and that's totally rocking. I love that. And good pony.
So then, we're going to be moving on to the final good OC this week, which will be the OC I brought to the party, which is Triple Treat. Now, the piece of art we're showing on the screen right now is actually commissioned by Stardust Adoptables, but it is actually a commission for a friend of the show, Galaxy Tracks. So, it's another Galaxy Track pony. Yay!
Yay!
So, this is Triple Treat. They are a baker of fine baked goods for dragons. Their special talent she made specifically. I'm sorry. Well, hold on. Back up. she makes treats for dragons because she's able to crush up gems and put them into baked goods because she has diamond horseshoes. And I'm going to admit the diamond horseshoes are the only thing that I'm slightly like, I'm not behind that.
Yeah.
So she makes baked goods for dragons, and it makes it super awesome for everybody else. I think what I like the most about this pony is the unique hairstyle, because I don't think I've ever seen that whole curly hair style ever done on any other ponies. And I think it makes the character really unique.
Like, we've probably had OCs on here before, and I've probably seen them that have, like, curls on just the sides or something, but I think it is definitely interesting having it on the whole back. Kind of bugs me that it's the whole back, and then the front is, like, totally different, but...
It almost has to be. I highly doubt anyone could really get curls in the front like that to look really good, because that's not a way curls like that work in real life, so no one knows what the hell to do with them.
Yeah, which I definitely agree. I think that it was done the best that it could be here, and the way that they put the curls up on the gala dress one is fucking adorable. But I do think they pulled it off the best that it probably could be.
I feel like I would have a real hard time trying to figure out how to draw this if I was commissioned. Like, I would see it and be like, oh no.
Oh,
so note, don't commission taps with incredible difficult OCs. I mean, do!
Yeah,
look,
totally.
hey. I mean, I could try. It's just gonna take me a little while. And, like, while I'm doing it, I'm going to be like, oh, my God.
How does this work?
And the person mentions that she was very complicated to draw, especially the hair.
Though I do like that technically all views are given 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and 1. All of them.
I would like to point out the beauty mark on her cheek.
It's really cute.
Actually, the cutie mark is on her flank.
Wait,
Stop!
No, I said beauty mark.
Stop!
Wait,
he's being a jackass.
Actually, let's talk about her flank. She has a white butt.
She does have a white butt. Looks like a doily.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like I couldn't think of the word, but yeah, a doily.
I mean, we have seen ponies out there that have the different. Yeah, I mean, Luna's one of them, and I can't think of a second one, but it's a thing that there could be. The little doily, miscolored, second colored leg or hooves.
I don't think we've really seen it with the hooves outside of Fetlocks and the butt outside of Luna, but
well,
I mean...
No, I'm not saying, like, in the show, but us. Us, us three plus Medi and maybe Taps, because I don't want to assume your knowledge with other people's OCs or how many other OCs you've seen, but...
OC aficionado.
I mean, I see them around. I don't really like what you guys do. But
well, yeah.
She also has 2 different eye colors.
Yeah, heterochromia.
Oh, I did not even notice that. I like the way it's done here, because it's just slight. It's not like, oh, hey, one of my eye colors is this bright blue, and the other is a nice saturated red. It's not like that. It's like, hey, here's this sort of, like, I don't know, like, periwinkle bluish kind of thing, and then this, like, lighter sky blue. And from a distance, I didn't even notice it until, like, Paps pointed it out. And it doesn't really... It is a bit weird just because I'm not used to that sort of, like, different colors. But it doesn't, like, detract from the OC, in my opinion.
I find it weird... Okay, I find it cool, and I find it a little... that the cyan, sky blue, whatever technicalities for the her left eye is somewhat used in the main, just slightly, and also because little tiny bits and pieces. I think that's kind of cool, Also, it's used in the wing, which I don't like colored wings, but that's besides the point. I do like the fact of recycling colors, I just don't like the colored wings. However, I'm not at all a fan of the eyes and the mane color being the same, because when the mane goes over the eye, it looks very odd. Though, I myself have that problem with my OC, so yeah.
That room to judge just goes right out the window.
Hey, at least I can acknowledge that was not a very smart idea on my part.
Yeah, I know.
I think this is a well done pony. It does have a couple of little things that could be tweaked, but overall, I think it's a well done pony that is very different and silly and fun. Because, like, different ponies, yeah, they can be a little like, oh god, but this one's like, okay, yeah, it's different. I can get behind this. It's super cool. So, yeah.
Yeah.